Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Home Staging Talk Show Live. Hello, Facebook people. This is Jenny Norris coming to you live from Home Staging Talk Show. It's brought to you by the International Association of Home Staging Professionals. And I'm excited to be here with you today. And of course, it's the season, so I'm wearing another one of my funny little hat things. I'm Melissa Morrow. I got my new glasses that you inspired me for that fun site. So wearing them today. Anyhow, so thanks everybody for tuning in, and Home Staging Talk Show Live is a live conversation, a weekly broadcast within the home staging industry where we hope to reach as many people as possible, and you can help us do that by sharing the segment. Even if you're not watching it live, you can share it when you are watching it, and it allows us to reach as many people as possible, which is the goal. And we want to have meaningful conversations about things that are working in the industry, people who might be looking to join the industry, want to get some information, and they can watch the segments and just have different topics that are important for business success and personal growth and so forth. So we do this weekly, every week, Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, unless there's a holiday or something else going on. But I'm excited for this week's show. This is series 4 of a 5-part series, so part 4 of a 5-part series. And we've been talking about different types of staging businesses. And so today we will have the privilege of speaking with Lyn Spaeth, and she's going to talk about owner-occupied home staging as a primary service in a business. So how you can develop that for your business. You don't have to have inventory in a warehouse and trucks and all that kind of thing. You can have a nice income and a nice business with doing owner-occupied hands-on staging. So we'll talk about how she developed that part of her business and why she focused on that, and how she marketed it and so forth. That'll be coming up. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Love seeing everybody. I do have some announcements, so it's going to take a little bit of time to do that. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Keely. Hey, Lindsay. First of all, hopefully you saw the announcement that went out that we have officially launched iHosp Canada. Woo! So just like we've done with iHosp Europe and also iHosp Latin America, we now are officially launching iHosp Canada. And what that means is that we will have people focused on that particular country. I know you like my bling. I got my earrings too, see? My little trees. 'Tis the season. Hey, Janice. So we're gonna have focus on that particular country to be able to service those home stagers that live there, and then have them be part of iHosp, but also have, because I know different countries, you have different, rules, regulations, taxes, and so forth, even companies that would support you for what you need to build your business, inventory, and so forth. We want to be able to partner in the success of stagers in that region, or designers, anybody who wants to be part of the staging industry. And so we will be working on that before the end of the year and officially roll everything out. So those of you that are watching, if you are from Canada and you want a home with the Home Staging Industry Association, you can join iHosp and know that we were going to be supporting you with resources and things that you specifically need. And we have our regional chapters, for example. I already have somebody who's going to be starting relaunching our chapter in Toronto, so I'm very thankful for that. We also will have the opportunity for people to tap in remotely. So you don't have to physically live in the town or a region to have a physical chapter. iHosp has remote chapters, and what that means is you can call in via webinar, conference call. You can be on an actual webinar like this. You can see people. So there's no reason why any home stager actually anywhere in the world can't tap in and be part of a community, whether it's online or in person, and get continuing education and support that you need to succeed. So that's our goal. So that officially happened today. We are also having a big, huge announcement. And so that's just going out, the little promo for it's going out at noon today. There will be a big announcement that will roll out on social media. So you got to come back to our pages and check to see what that is. Of course, it relates to the conference. You're going to want to be the first to get the information. So check back at noon. The Advanced Stager Training Day, that is officially up and being marketed. So that's going to be following our iHosp conference in Nashville. Hi, Kevin. we will be teaching 2 days for the advanced stager training. So it's going to be the Sunday and the Monday, because we just again felt like one day wasn't enough in Charlotte. So those of you that would like to participate in that, you can take a look online, and we'll be sending out announcements and promos for that. We are going to have 6 industry leaders facilitating. So last time we had 4. This time we're going to have 6. And we've invited Marianne Cherico, and she's agreed to participate. And also Catherine Lewis Brown. So those 2 will be joining the other 4, Melissa Morrow, Jana Usselton, Joanne Lennett-Wary, and myself for the workshop, 2 days. So take a look for that. So the prerequisite is, okay, Joseph, can't wait. The prerequisite is that you have to have a 6-figure business by the time conference happens. So as long as you're 6 figures or above, you can attend the advanced stager training. And the reason we did this is because some of the topics that pertain to advanced people, our conference, we do a variety of different topics. There's a real mix of people that attend. Somebody who could be brand new, and somebody could be doing it 15 years or more. And so it's a challenge to get one speaker that can touch everybody meaningfully. So, in a professional way, of course. And so we do have the other sessions in order to really delve into specific topics that relate to people who are at a certain level in their business and want to either, grow into the next level or just handle some of the challenges they might be facing. So that's the goal of the advanced stager training. By the way, when you buy a ticket for conference and you also want to attend the advanced stager training, we're going to give you a break. We'll give you a special offer that will save you some money off that advanced stager training ticket. So look for that. The VIP Super Early Bird, I feel like I'm losing my voice. The Super Early Bird VIP tickets end on December 31st. So that special price that we've been offering will go away in about 2.5 weeks. So if you have not purchased your ticket yet and you want the best price and you want to be assured that you'll be a VIP, make sure to get your ticket before the end of the year, because then prices are going to go up. We do have a special promo happening, 12 days of giveaways for the Staged Homes people. And so on that side of things, you'll be getting a special codes and so forth. Every single day, there's going to be something that we're rolling out that will help you, either a new webinar that we're rolling out, or could be saving money off some of our things that we offer. So look for that every day. And then lastly, Las Vegas Market is coming up. So how many of you are going to Las Vegas Market? Woo! We're going to have a lot of fun. But it's also a business trip for us to line up our sponsors and vendors. And so I first want to say thank you to those of you that have filled out your forms, your surveys that we sent out, asking for what types of vendors you would like to have us bring to conference. And we have room for about 10 or 15 more. So that's our goal, is to line up some additional companies that might fill the gaps for vendor services, products, and things like that we didn't have at this last one, or we want to have more options. So that's what we're looking for in Vegas. So then I thought, since I was going to be there, we will do a staging course, a 1-day on January 30th for people to learn how to have a home staging business. And so we will be teaching it at Market in one of the showrooms. So if you are watching this and you maybe don't have home staging, or you want to have some education behind your staging business, it will be a 1-day in person, January 30th, which is Wednesday. So Wednesday the 30th. And then we have the other 2 days that you would have to attend on webinar. So you can either take our live webinar or our pre-recorded webinar, and that could be done at your leisure, and then you would earn your full designation. So, hey, Catherine, I just didn't want to require people who'd already been at Market to have to stay an extra 2 days past. So the 30th, which is a Wednesday, anybody who's watching, and I know we have a lot of sister industries. You could be a designer, a decorator, professional organizer, feng shui person, and maybe you're thinking like, I would like to explore staging. Now's your opportunity. If you're going to be at Market, make it productive. Take this 1-day class. It'll go from 9 to 5, and we'll teach you everything about what it takes to run a staging business and how it does differ from the others, and which goes into how you market yourself as far as your target clients and your services and what you share and so forth. So anyway, so it's the 30th, and I'm looking forward to it. So those of you that are going to be in Vegas, you'll have to look for us, and I know it's going to be a great time of networking and reconnecting. And of course, I love seeing everybody too. So we'll have a great time. All right. Well, that is it for all of my announcements. So, Lynn, I know I saw you on there. So I'm going to scroll back down here and find your head. Okay. So Lynn, I don't see a little camera by your face. So I don't know if you need to log out and come back in, but there needs to be like a little green video camera on my side that I see, and it's not on there, which tells me I don't think I'll be able to connect with you. So you need to make sure you're on Wi-Fi. Turn your phone on airplane mode to have your Wi-Fi working. And then I'll attempt this, but I don't think it's going to work. I can't even bring you on. Excuse me. It doesn't even give me the option to bring you on. So you're watching, but I don't know if you're on your cell phone. So I will wait for Lynn to do that. I'll come back down here. So you guys got any big plans for Christmas or the holidays? So those of you that are traveling, I know what I'm going to do is we are not going to have a segment next week. I'm going to, we're all going to take a break and we're going to enjoy our holidays with our families and so forth. So our next segment will actually be, let's see here. I'll pull up my calendar while I'm waiting for Lynn. The next segment will actually be in January, the 9th. So we're going to take a break for a couple weeks. We will resume on January 9th, which, by the way, for those of you watching, is Barb Schwartz's birthday, January 9th. So make a note of that because I know she loves to hear from everybody. So January 9th, maybe I'll have her on because she's the birthday girl if she's not tied up doing something. And so the last segment is actually going to be talking to people who have taken an assistance course. They don't want to have a whole staging business, but they want to be able to use their creativity. So they either officially join someone's team as their staging assistant, creative person, or they are a 1099 and they work with various business owners as an assistant. And so there's quite a few people, there's a lot of people that do that because they don't want the responsibility of owning a business and taxes and payroll if you have employees and all that goes with it. And they can pick and choose what they want to participate in. And so I want to talk to those people. So if you are one of those people and you are watching, please email me or message me. You can email me at jenny@iahsp.com and let me know that you'd like to be interviewed. And of course, that's going to be January 9th. So between now and then, there's a lot going on, I'm sure, in your lives. And we got to wrap our presents, and at least we got our tree up, which I'm excited, and our lights out front, so they look nice. But I've got a lot of things I got to take care of, so I'm sure you do too, and just be able to have a little break. So we will have a fun time. We get back after the new year. It'll be 2019, which I can't believe. So, all right, Lynn, I know you were watching. Lynn's going to be there in Vegas. Okay, so Lynn, I think you might need to log back out and then come back on. And I hope you are on your cell phone. And we did test this last night, everybody, and it worked. So, but I don't see the little green camera by your head. Okay, so we will just wait for her to come back on. And then I will be putting together topics for 2019. So it'd be helpful to me, and I could probably send a little survey out. What would you guys like to learn about, or interviews that we're going to have with people? So we'll have our vendors that will come on. So you are there, Lynn, but you are not, the little green camera is not on your face, so I can't bring you on. It's not even giving me an option to bring you on. So there's something with you may have to go out of Facebook and come back on, because what I'm supposed to see, because I see your little circle with you sitting there leaning on your chair for your profile pic, but there's supposed to be like a little green camera. And so since I don't see that, that tells me that you are not connected in a way that I can have you come on live. So exit out and then come back on. Make sure your Wi-Fi is working and everything, and then hopefully I will see you. Okay? So what kind of topics do you guys want to hear about? So go ahead and type me some ideas while we're waiting for Lynn. So those of you that are watching, if you can send me some suggestions, that would be great. Because our goal is, this weekly show, we want it to be beneficial for everybody who's watching. And if you would like to be interviewed, if you have something specific about your business, or something that you would like to discuss, or something that's on your heart, just let me know as well, and we will bring you on. And when we are in Vegas, we will go live from there. And again, those of you that are thinking about coming to Vegas, the dates are, it starts on Sunday, the 27th, and ends on the 30th, which is Wednesday. So the 27th to the 30th. So a lot of people will fly in on the 26th, kick it off, the 27th, get there, walking around and so forth. And then the 30th, things wrap up and everybody goes home. So it's a quick, productive trip. So good design versus staging. So yes, that would be a great topic, Janice. And so we could actually have someone on who does both. You have a designer on, or somebody that does design, and ask about their business, and then we could contrast it, compare it with staging. So that'd be a great topic. And any business topics or services you guys are in need of, because when we go to market, it's not just furniture people that we're looking for sponsors. It's also service related sponsors, and then maybe not at Vegas, but in general. So anything to support your business. So it could be, we have insurance people. It could be, business processing companies, merchant people, or, banking services, things like that. And by the way, one of the benefits, of course, of being an assistant, we'll talk about this next week. I talked about not having the tax responsibility. So I don't think it was last week. Anyway, last week I was on somebody else's show and Facebook just completely cut off. I was like right in the middle of a sentence and it just fried out. And it's because I liked too many pages. And it was all these people who asked me to like their pages. They requested. So I just went, like. So like 22 pages. So they had blocked me from last Wednesday until today. So I had a whole week where I couldn't like anybody. I couldn't like anything on Facebook, which is so stupid. And then I had to reclaim my page. They actually kicked me out of my own page and thought I was some, imposter because I liked all these posts, which is weird. So beware of that. Don't like too many things and all at once, because Facebook won't allow you to do that. But I had a knock on my door last week or the week before, and I open it up, and it's this man, and he was from the Department of Revenue from Colorado. And so I was like, like, am I in trouble or something like that? And so I have a resale license like a lot of you guys do. So you got to make sure to file your end of year returns, which evidently I had failed to do for 16 and 17 on my resale license. So, and so then they just decided to assess me. They said, oh, you must, spend X amount per quarter. So we're going to tax you quarterly and you owe us all this money. So I was able to say, well, no, I don't, because I haven't spent that much quarterly. And I'm going to push back and just ask for an annual filing. So moral of the story is, make sure that you have that account set up properly. I thought it was part of my general return, my business return that I file every year. And that little piece was just, it hadn't been taken care of. So it doesn't really cost any money to file. It's super easy. So I had to set up my account because I'd never been set up for state of Colorado processing. So those of you that have resale licenses, my deadline for fourth quarter is actually December 20th. So if you have to file, make sure you're doing that before the deadline or on the deadline so that you don't get penalized. And then, get that submitted for your state. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you may want to go online if you do have a resale license. And a lot of you I know have opened up resale licenses. You have accounts. And how I use my account is I shop with it, but I'm not selling anything. So you can buy as much as you want wholesale. It's when you sell something, the state wants their tax. So, but you do want to claim a little bit every year. So I did for 2018, I will have, a small amount due, but for the most part, we're not reselling the items. We're not a storefront. So, but you do have to file in order to keep your license active. And if you go, I don't know, I think it's probably 4 years or 3 years without filing any taxes, paying taxes on it, they may take it away from you. So I remembered that from California, that provision. So, okay, so Lynn, are you back? Lynn. We want to bring you on live. So, I don't see that you've come back on yet. So, any other topics you guys want to hear about? So, well, how many of you guys have December birthdays? So, last week, it was so nice. The Coens, Sam and Dave, thank you if you're watching. They did a really funny birthday song. They had the big glasses and so forth. And of course, I wasn't even on live with them because I'd gotten kicked off. But December birthday. So my birthday is Sunday. So we are going to go to the zoo lights here. So there's those of you that have those really pretty, like, botanic gardens, and you can't get on your phone? Huh. Okay, so Lynn says she can't get on her phone. Botanic gardens with a light, so we're going to do that with the family. And then we are going to go see the Nutcracker for the first time here in Denver. And so I'm really excited about that. It's a tradition that my parents started when I was really young. We'd go to the San Francisco Ballet and see the Nutcracker. And then there was a period of time where we had moved away from the Bay Area, so we didn't, and we grew up, and so we all sort of gravitated back to Northern California. And so my mom would take us to the Nutcracker, my parents, my mom and dad, and our kids. So every year they would, buy tickets. We'd go as a family, and my mom would give each of the grandkids a Nutcracker. So I have this collection of about 45 Nutcrackers. I finally started saying, just give us one. And so we moved in 2009, we moved out here, and so we haven't seen the production in that many years. And so this year I thought I would take the family. And so John and I are going to do that. So Lynn, why can't you get on your phone? I'm confused. We did work well last night. So all you got to do is just go to Facebook on your phone with Wi-Fi, and then it should show you your face. So if we can't get you on live, we had the split screen, and the people want to see you. So I don't know what's going on. Write me a message, Lynn. Let me know what's happening with you and your connection. Oh, that'll be fun. So Janice is taking her granddaughter to see Annie. Those little kids with those big voices. It's amazing. So Lynn, you just got to do what we did last night. Just come on with your phone, and it should show you with a little green camera if you're watching it through your phone, not on your computer. And you have to have Wi-Fi, which you did last night. I don't know where you were in the house, but you had Wi-Fi. So it worked perfectly. But if you are not in an area where you are able to do that, then you're going to have to come on my other phone. You're going to have to call this phone. And, Joseph Hecker, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joseph. Happy birthday to you. So Joseph's birthday is today, so go to his page and wish him a happy birthday. And it's going to be fun to see you in Vegas. Mark, in 2019. It's going to be ridiculous. That's a great hashtag. Hashtag ridiculousness. So that's good. My family, you're either born in December, you married somebody who was born in December, or you had a child who was born in December. So I have 4 sisters. 3 of us are December babies. We have my twin sister and I are the 16th, and my other younger sister is the 19th. But then my son is the 9th, my nephew's the 15th, 16th, 16th, 19th. And then the 22nd is my niece, 25th is my brother-in-law. So again, you either were born in December, married somebody who was born in December, or had a child. So it's a very gifting month for us in December. And so other December people, Joseph, and that's why I knew I liked you. You're a December person like I am. Okay. But here, people that are watching, if you have a December person in your life that has a birthday, make sure to give them 2 gifts, or one really good one. So, because sometimes we feel gypped when, it's because it's so close to Christmas, and you get this, here's your birthday Christmas present, and it's like one thing, and I'm like, listen, your birthday's in May or June or whenever, and I give you a present then, and I gift you something in Christmas. So, don't shortchange the people who have December birthdays, but you could give them something that's really one combined gift that's really fabulous. Oh, that's great, Karen. So her son is the same day as I am. That's cool. It's Beethoven's birthday and the day of the Boston Tea Party. So tell your son that if he doesn't know that. Those are the 2 historic things that happened on our birthday in history. Lynn, I don't know what happened. So why don't you call my phone, Lynn? Maybe I'll just try calling you since this is not working. This is a bummer because I like seeing the split screen, and I believe it really helps to grab people more than just having you on the phone. But I'm calling you right now, Lynn, on my other phone right here. Oh, here you are. Never mind. Never mind. Don't answer the phone. I can bring you on. It worked. Okay, here we go. Lynn. Bring Lynn on camera. Okay. No. Don't call me. No. Don't. Lynn, don't call me. It worked. Now the little green camera is working. So whatever you did, I'm going to bring you on camera. So it should be sending you a request to be added. So all you have to do is just click on that, accept it, and it should bring you on the split screen. So look for that on your phone, Lynn. So we don't have to talk on the phone because now you showed up with a little green camera. Hopefully I know there's a 10-second delay, so you're not even hearing this until probably now. I'm texting you. Come on. Camera. Okay. I was trying to add you. Bring Lynn on. Okay, so you should be getting a request. And it should be saying, on my side, it's not saying added yet. So you're sitting up there, and I can see you, like, if you guys can't see this, but when you do a Facebook Live, all your little faces show up as little circles. And so when you're bringing somebody on camera, there are little circles, like, right in the middle of the camera. She's right there. And all it needs to say is adding. So we just got to get you to accept my request to have you added via Facebook Live. All right, so I'm going to send it again. Bring Lynn on camera. Yes, I do want to do that. Bring her on. Okay, all you got to do, Lynn, is just say accept. Okay, hit the accept. I can't even spell accept. Oh my God, tape button. Okay. So I've invited you on, Lynn, so hopefully, hey, Yolanda, how are you? And Duana, thank you for watching. Hey, also, while I'm waiting for Lynn, I'm going to give a shout out to all the European people, all of our IHOSP affiliate association leaders and members. They are actually going to be getting together in Paris on the 14th and meeting and talking about 2019 and continuing to expand Europe. So safe travels, everybody who's going over there, and would love to have joined you, but we'll be there in spirit. And hopefully what I sent for all of you, I sent a little something special. Verena, hopefully you received it, and if not, let me know. But just a little gift from us to you, because we love our affiliate members and association leaders. So we're super excited. All right, Lynn, I don't know what's happening. You have your little green face. And Sonia, yes, which is exciting. And the rollout of the new logo for IHOSP Europe, that happened, which is really exciting. So I hope you guys saw that. It's beautiful. We are now putting the country logo behind. There's no accept button. You should be getting a request to join in. All right, I'm just going to call you then. That's fine. I don't know what's happening. Boo-hoo. So there should be something showing up on your phone. You might have to take your phone out of your case, but it should say bring Lynn on camera, and I'm touching that on my side. It says they'll receive an invite to join your broadcast. So so maybe I got to do it this way. I don't know. All right, so you guys, I'm sorry that I'm going to be like on two different screens here, but there might be one way I can bypass this for you, Lynn, and that's actually to message you an invitation through Facebook, and you'll have to accept it on your phone. So let me see if I can get this to work. I have not done this. Messenger currently unavailable. That's not a good sign. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so the industry leaders and Sonia, I sent somebody from Czechoslovakia, I believe, or Czech Republic. They want to join, so hopefully you will get that information from them. Catherine Lewis Brown spoke to this person and asked them to reach out, asked me about having them join IHOSP, and I suggested that they, of course, call you or connect with you. Okay, so how do I do this? Sorry, guys. You're seeing me do things multitasking here. Okay, so if I do this, share. No, let's see. If I do this, share in a private message. Okay, Lynn. I don't know if this is going to work or not, Lynn. Share in a private message. Share. I don't know, Lindsay and Chris, if you guys can help me out. I don't really want to be looking down here when I'm supposed to be looking up there. But what we need to do is share this page onto Lynn's message center so that she can actually click on it. It's not working. Okay, share. Let me just try to share it to Lyn directly. Share it on a friend's timeline. Share it on a friend's. Share it in a group. Okay, let's see here. Oop. Oh no, all my comments went away. Oh, here they are. Okay. Okay. Now, Lyn, the little green camera's gone. So I don't know what happened. I'm just going to call you. All right, we're just going to do that. Because I don't know where you are versus last night. But, hello. Are you there?
Hi, Jenny. I'm here.
Are you at home or where are you?
I'm on my cell phone.
And now are you with good Wi-Fi or because now your little green camera disappeared again?
I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. I mean, so we'll just do it this way. I'll just interview you this way. It'd be nice if people could see you. So anyway, but I don't want to delay any longer. So because I want to hear what you have to say. So I'm just going to I'm going to hold this phone up to the speaker. So you guys let me know if you can hear her well. So go ahead and let everybody know who you are. Oh, I just lost her. Okay. Lyn. Well, okay. If this technology challenge day is happening, I mean,
Hi, this is Lyn Spaeth.
okay. She must be somewhere where she has not a strong signal with her phone. That is what I'm guessing. So Lyn, if that's the case, just write to me and let me know that. And because what I will do is maybe we can have you come on. So today is, what's today? I'm looking at the wrong year. I was like, today's my birthday. No, it's not. My birthday is next year on a Wednesday. Okay, so today's the 12th. So next week would be the 19th. So we can either do this on the 19th or I could wait until January 9th and have her come on live. I hate to delay that long, but I do want to have her interviewed. And when I tried calling her back just now, it just went straight to voicemail. So I will try it one more time. See if she will answer. Hear my bells jingling. We used to do Christmas caroling. Are you there?
Jenny?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry. I moved myself hoping that would help. So can you hear me now?
Yeah. So yeah, we lost the connection. So it ended. So are you at home or where are you? Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yes, I apologize. I checked my internet and it's all functioning. I'm not really sure what the problem is. But here I am. Let's talk.
All right. Good. So let people know who you are and where you're from.
I am Lyn Spaeth, and I am a Bostonian. My company for the last, I'd say, 15 years was Transformations Home Staging and Design in Boston, but I have decided to reinvent myself. I am relocating, and I am moving to Fort Lauderdale, and I'm partnering with Sandra Holmes, and we have a new company called Lux Home Staging and Design. So I'm very excited about that. And my background quickly is I wanted to go to school for interior design, but was told I was going to business school, which I did. And then I was in corporate high-tech marketing for many years. And after my kids were born, I love everything real estate. And as it turned out, a friend of mine was staging. And I went to work for her, and then she decided she wasn't going to stick with it. So that's when Transformations was born, and I've loved it ever since.
And you've been
so now I'm Lux Home Staging and Design, but it's a little tricky because I'm not there full time yet. So I'm between Boston and Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, you have one more daughter to graduate.
Correct. That's right. Yep, in June. So once she has flown the nest, I will be full time in Florida, and can't wait. It's very hard being here when I want to be there.
I know. I can imagine, and I know she's already. So Lyn has 3 beautiful daughters, and her husband Liam, and Liam. Some of you met not this conference, but the conference before. He was our sound AV guy in the back of the room. Didn't get to enjoy the conference at all. So hopefully in Nashville he'll be able to relax and
Yes.
attend. And how is he doing? He's okay?
He's great. Thank you. He's great. He's in Florida, and I'm going to fly down there on Friday.
Awesome.
So yeah, he's busy, very busy with Sandra. Very productive,
Yes,
I should
very
say.
productive.
So.
Yes, I know. What does she call him? Her.
So I'm very sorry. I got dressed up for you folks. I made sure my set was staged, and you can't see me, but I apologize for that.
It's okay.
I love occupied home staging, so go ahead and ask away, and I will share with you what I can about that part of the business.
Right, because a lot of people think, oh, you can only make money when you stage vacant houses, and there's a lot of focus on vacant properties because, let's face it, when you're doing a vacant, you get to control the whole look.
That's
you get
right.
to pick what's in
That's
there.
right.
So, of course, they turn out fabulous for the most part, unless your client's super cheap and doesn't give you the budget you need. But occupied staging, that's a whole nother market niche that I think a lot of people sort of don't really realize the income potential. So how did you gravitate towards that aspect of your business?
Great question. So I always call occupied home staging the ugly stepsister because nobody really wants to talk about it. But the reality is it has been a wonderful income for me. And the way I gravitated towards it is when I first started out, I, again, was being trained in Boston by the company I was working with, and we did a little bit of both. And I realized that my particular personality, I am, and I don't mean to sound cliche, but I love the people part. I love, getting into people's brains, understanding their motivation, and actually making a difference for them. So that is how I became so entrenched in that, to the point where I have some realtors who, when they have vacants, they go to they have their vacant resource, but when it's an occupied and it requires some hand holding or finessing, as they say, you're dealing with people's emotions at a very traumatic time for them, they call me. And so I've loved that part of the business. It's been really great for me. And yes, you can make a great income. When I started out, my kids were really little, but I had to get out of the house. So it wasn't about making a ton of money at that time. But I've been at this 17 years now, and I can tell you I'm in the six-figure club. I can also tell you that I was not out marketing. It was all the referral business that kept me busy. So I've been very fortunate. But you have to really love the people part, the emotional piece of it to be successful in occupieds, because you're going to come, you are half therapist. And, people always told me I should have been that. So maybe that's why I'm so good at this part of the business.
Yeah, I mean, because it is I agree 100% to be successful on the occupied side. Because maybe would you start with like a consultation, and then, or would it be, because there's, when you deal with owner occupieds, there's the two branches we can do. You can do the consultations where you're telling the seller what to do, and they can implement it. And then oftentimes, those of you that are doing consultations, first of all, it's easy money, honestly. Telling people to clean, declutter, get their house ready. You can do paint colors and so forth. To me, a lot of the things that we're sharing to me is sort of a no-brainer, but they just want guidance. And so then from that point, it can branch or blossom into, I can help you. When we come back, we can bring these things. When we come back, we can help, move furniture. We can get labor in here. I can coordinate, because the people start getting overwhelmed. And so then that's your opportunity to be paying attention to their body language and their eyes and so forth, and say, listen, I know this sounds daunting. One of the services I offer is, and then you can sell it that way. So is that what you do, or?
Most of the time when I go in, there is a consult involved, but we know already that I will be doing the work. Okay. So it's a matter of me having them feel really comfortable. But even before I arrive, I spend a lot of time on the phone. Well, there's two avenues, I should say. I do have this wonderful elderly population that I work with. And I do spend quite a bit of time on the phone getting them comfortable, having them understand that it's very different than when they first purchased their homes and what buyers are looking for today. So Usually those people come through a realtor or they come through an assisted living place, and they've already been told, you're going to work with Lyn. She's going to make your life easier. So there's that group. My realtors I have, sometimes I never even meet the homeowner, and I call it a drive-by staging. I essentially show up and I go to it. And the realtor has blessed it and told them I'm coming and what to expect. Now, the beauty of that is I'm not showing up with anything sometimes. I am showing up with my toolbox, with my helpers, and we go to town. And the transformations are amazing. Like, I sometimes am shocked how gorgeous a house can be just using what they already have.
Well,
so go ahead.
So I was going to say, so you're doing this, so she has people helping her. It's almost like if you've taken, one of the classes where you have the afternoon activity where you actually stage a property that's, occupied, only using what the homeowners have, and you see what happens in the rooms. That's what Lyn would be doing for these people. So it's like they're not even there, and they get to come back and their house looks amazing.
And that's the beauty of it, because I have gotten so much referral business, design work. They've moved into their new homes. One lady called me and said, Lyn, you don't know me, but you staged my house, and I loved what you did. And I said, oh, great. How'd it go? She goes, I'm a little embarrassed. We got 13 offers, and it was $100,000 over asking, but I want you to come help me with my new house.
Wow.
And that is such, that is what's so powerful about this part of the business.
Yeah.
And so I did. I went and helped her, and then she had, then I went and helped her sister. And so it's the connection of the people for me that jazzes me. I love creating beautiful things, but it is such a different challenge when you're dealing with what they have. Now, there are times I do bring things in, and, there's plenty of times I've got a lot of artwork. I'm big on artwork and linens and accessories. I don't carry a lot of large furniture on purpose. That has been my model. But there are instances where the realtor will call and say, come and consult, and then we're going to go back once they've done all their stuff, and then we'll go in and we'll bring things. So I really customize the approach based on what the realtor would like me to do, as long as it's the right thing for the house. So, there are times a realtor will say, I want you to do X, and I'll say, you know what? I get it, but that's not the right thing for the house. And then we'll figure it out, and then I usually win because I'm really good at that. Right. And then it's the right thing to do. So I really try to be very sensitive to the needs. Each realtor is so different in what they want.
Right. And
as long as in the end they're getting the offers,
they're happy.
I have like 5 amazing realtors I work with, and then one assisted living community here in Boston. And, they've kept me very busy, and it's all been referral work. So yeah, it's been a pleasure. And I love my old people, my blue hairs.
Yes.
So, they become part of my life. I've got about 4 of them waiting to have dinner with me. They just, because you become part of their every day.
Yeah.
You're not just in and out. You're helping them make decisions about all sorts of things.
Right. And so, Janice is asking, do you do a walk and talk or written staging report? So it sounds like you don't do a report. You're doing, you preview the house, but because she already knows she has this occupied staging, she doesn't have to do a consultation per se.
So it depends on if my old folks want one. I can do a walk and talk. I like those. It just fits my personality. But if I have some old people that get really anxious, I will write it down.
Okay.
So I will do both, depending on who's asking for it. My realtors don't necessarily care about it. They're happy with the walk and talk. But if I have an old person who's 80 years old and they're just going to get really flustered, I'll type it up for them.
Yeah. And then Virginia was asking, who's paying for the staging?
So when the realtors take me in and I haven't met the owners, the realtors are. And when I have been introduced to the homeowner and I am doing the consult with them directly than they are. So it really depends on who I'm working with, some realtors just want to take care of it. Others want to introduce me and let the homeowner take care of it. Sometimes the realtor will pay for the consult, and then the homeowner will pay for the actual staging.
And then, people, a few of you guys are asking about pricing, like how to price a consultation and so forth. And the answer to that question, it really depends on your market. So, as a stager, you want to know what your hourly rate is. And then you would figure out how much time is it going to take me to do the consultation or the hands-on staging. And then you would give a lump sum. So what we teach is we don't ever share our hourly rate with our clients because it'll freak them out. I mean, first of all, we don't work 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week like somebody might do in a corporate job. In traditional work world, we're paid differently. So what you want to do is figure out what the going rate for staging in your area is, and then align that with your services. And what I usually teach for consultations, it should take you about an hour to do 1,000 square feet, roughly. So 1,000 square feet per hour. And when you use that framework, you'll probably be right on par with your colleagues in the area as far as what you're charging. Because you don't want to overcharge and not get any business, but you don't want to be giving it away either. And in an occupied staging, you have to think about how many rooms you're doing, what's involved. Are you packing? Are you moving furniture around? Are you just zhuzhing? So all that factors
So Jenny, what I wanted to say to you is in the old days,
yeah,
I used to do a flat rate for the consults. And what came to light for me is, there's a big difference between going into a 2,000 square foot home that, a generation Xer lives in and all he does is work, compared to a woman with 4 kids,
right,
or an elderly woman who's been there 50 years. It is a very different experience and time. So I don't do a flat fee. I always give them, it's at least this, and it will go up from there. Because I got burned once. It was a 4-hour consult, and I wanted to hurt somebody. But that was my fault, and that's how you learn.
Right.
It was just too much, and so I had to rethink how I was doing my consults.
Right, and so a larger home. So let's say your going rate is $100 an hour as a stager. It's a 3,000 square foot home. You would, based on your market, you come in like $295 for the consultation because you're anticipating 3 hours of your time, which could be with the client. And then, how I do mine is I go home and I type up the summary if they want to report. So that's also a time factor. So that's how you have to kind of price your consultations. But your staging services, it could be, we've done owner occupieds where it doesn't take much time at all, and others where you're there the whole day. I remember one client, it was an attorney here in Denver, and his house was a mess. I did the consultation, and just stuff everywhere, just dirty, and they had obviously outgrown the house. And so he emails me, and he says, how much would it be to have you just do everything in the consultation? And I literally said to myself, I don't want to do his house, so I'm going to price it really high. He's not going to hire me. Well, he hired us. And so we ended up packing up like 40 boxes of their stuff. So I had movers. That was the preliminary, get everything packed that I knew wasn't going to remain in the rooms, get them into their garage and, stack and move furniture out. And then I cut the labor loose, and then I had our team and we did the hands-on. And they were, thrilled. They came back. Their house looked fabulous. It sold right away, which of course it wouldn't have if it was in that condition. Correct. But what I learned is that people are willing to pay more than you think for stuff that they don't want to do.
Correct. Well, right. And, I speak at a lot of elderly functions, and I will always ask the question, how many of you stay up at night overwhelmed at the thought of getting rid of your stuff? Because that is the big thing for them,
right,
is the stuff. And so I will help project manage the coordination of getting rid of this stuff, whether that means, bringing in a junk up or getting an auctioneer guy in, an antique appraiser. In fact, I had one client, this was, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. I'm still in touch with her. I've moved her 3 times. She had this big portrait in her basement of this dude with a sword. It was a really old vintage with a big gold frame. She sold it for $80,000.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa, who knew, right?
Right.
But the antique guy had this guy who was a collector of swords, and he wanted to buy it. So you just don't know about the treasures, but that's what keeps the elderly up at night, is how to get rid of it. And then the coordination of if they're painting, if they're going to do any remodeling.
Right.
So I will help them get their house ready. I will stage it. I will coordinate all of that. I will help them move, and I will set them up in the new house and get it just right. And so that's a very long period of time you're with people.
Right.
But so it really is about the relationship, and they come to trust you, and they call on you for everything, which is, it's a pleasure for me. That I've really enjoyed that part of the business.
So it's like the senior transition move. So she's not just, so there's, as a stager, you could just stage the house and say, goodbye, or maybe you help them where they're moving, you help them get their place set up. But all these other steps that are involved, there is hand holding, and
Yes.
you are taking a lot of the, the pressure. The realtors, I'm sure, are thankful because they don't have to do it.
Absolutely,
right?
And their children.
Exactly, the families.
I will often be in touch with the children. I will give them status reports, where we're at and what we're doing and what has to happen when. And it just makes everybody feel more comfortable. And because there's one point of contact for all those things, it just, there's a security in that, especially when I've got elderly folks and their kids are far away.
Right.
Knowing that there's one person acting essentially as the child here locally and making sure that they're taken care of properly. So yeah, it's, it is, and how did that happen? I started out as a stager, but the business just kept coming. It was like, what to do about this? Can you do that? Oh, I'll take care of it. Oh, I'll take care of it. The next thing you know, I've added all these other services, but it has made me very marketable.
Right.
And it has just created a sense of security, especially when realtors or the assisted living place are referring.
Right.
Because they know that, I am the person. It all ends and starts with me, and I will take good care of the person that, I'm working with.
So, so those of you guys that are listening, she's giving a lot of really great information on how to cultivate the side of your business. We all have assisted living places in our areas. These older people are moving, or even to maybe they're downsizing from a regular neighborhood into a 55 plus or something. So they all need help. And so being able to market yourself to those communities that are selling the apartments or the condos or the houses or the units to the seniors, or like to be called mature adults. I learned that. Remember I learned that. And but that's
you mean they don't like being called blue hairs?
And I love blue hairs. It's so cute. I'm gonna be a purple hair, most likely. I think I'm gonna say that now. We'll see. But anyhow, but that's a great way to market yourself. But it's also to let the realtors know. There's this saying: people don't know what we don't tell them. So if you don't let people know that you offer the service of occupied staging, the realtors might just think, well, they don't do that, or what does that even entail? They don't understand that, people could put their personal pictures away and so forth, but their house could look amazing just using what they have, getting a professional in. And so we have to educate them and let them know.
That's right. That's right.
What would you say is your average I know it's for your market. What was your average occupied fee?
It's probably, well, keep in mind, it's usually just not staging,
right.
But I would say my fee is probably about, $3,000 or $4,000. That would be for the staging piece.
Right.
The other pieces would be different. And, one of the things I do tell my people is, if you ask me to do something and it's not in our contract and I can do it, I will do it. And I will bill you for it, but I'm not going to keep coming back to you and doing a change of scope. I don't have time to do that.
Right.
So if you ask and I can do it and I can do it well, I will be happy to do it. Just know that we'll tack it on at the end. So you just
keep track of your hours that relate to other.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I do. I date it. I hourly it. I describe what I've done. So they can see their progress too, because, in terms of the beginning parts, when I'm, if I'm clearing things out with them, they have to be involved in that. I can't make those decisions for them. I
Right.
can direct them and influence them and inspire them, but it would be it would not be good for me to make just
Right.
treasures.
Yeah, because and I think that's why. So having the older person or the homeowner involved in what they're going to take with them, what they're going to donate,
correct.
what they're going to sell off, and so we all need to have our resources. I have 2 estate sale companies in my phone that I can recommend to sellers, and so those of you that want to cultivate this side, it is a longer process as far as a project versus a vacant you can get in. It can be quick.
Correct.
But the money's there, and so I charged about, I think it was like about $4,000 for the attorney, and we did the packing and so forth, and that was just for the staging piece. So those of you guys that are listening, the money's there, and people will pay for what they need in order to accomplish their goals. So it could be somebody who just doesn't have the time, like my client. He wasn't old; it's just he didn't want to do it, and he was willing to pay for it. So. Someone was asking, so when you bring items in, Yolanda, yes, you do charge, you would rent them.
Yes, I do charge for anything I bring in.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't always know what that's going to be. But by the time we come to that part of the process, they trust me anyway.
Right.
They know I'm only going to bring in what I absolutely have to bring in. But here's for instance. So I was dealing with, and I find this so intriguing. I was dealing with this woman. Her husband had died. It was a second marriage for both. And she was in this beautiful townhouse, and she said, a lot of this stuff is going to be for my stepchildren, but what I will do is sell it for them if they don't want it, and I will then give them the money. And I looked at her and I said, oh, I don't think we're going to do that. She said, why not? And I said, because no matter how much you get for it, they're going to think they could have gotten more. I said, let's make a spreadsheet, who wants what, and then they can make a decision if they're going to sell it. But let's get it out of the house.
Right.
And she was so appreciative because she was in a no-win if she tried to sell it.
Right.
Right? Because we know nothing is what people think it's worth.
Right.
So we ended up doing this Excel spreadsheet. The stepdaughter wanted this, the stepson wanted that, the ex-wife wanted this. And we said, okay, let's coordinate movers and schedules, and we got it out of her house. Otherwise, it was going to be a nightmare. And she just needed somebody to tell her that it was okay not to take on that responsibility.
Right.
So, she calls me the therapist, but really through this, you learn a lot about people, and, you just have to meet them where they need the help the most. And, I do live in a community where people, they've done very well, but it's a very Yankee mentality. So they don't want to spend it if they don't have to, of course. But usually by the end, they are, I have made such a difference that the money's not even an issue. I got a tip once for $1,000.
I did too. I had a client. One of the it was like probably one of the first ones we did here. It was a condo, and then this nice man, and so I walked through, and we did some preliminary things before we were going to come do the hands. And so again, with him, we packed. We actually took stuff to a storage unit, and we staged his unit. And he said, "I have a tip for you." So I was like, "Okay, what is it?" I thought it was like I have like advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he goes, "No, I have a tip." And I still didn't get it. And then he pointed to like an envelope, and that was the first time I'd ever gotten a tip for doing a hands-on staging, which I thought was really that was really sweet.
Right.
And it was appreciated.
Yeah, because you make a difference. In fact, I have a client who has a house, and I called her the other day just to see if she was okay with hers and everything. And she said, "When are you coming to visit me in California?" I said, "I'd love to. I just don't know when I can." But she again was like, "I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. Like you made it fun. You took all the angst out of it, and that feeds me. That's why I love this business, because that I care about people, and knowing that I can make a difference, and then making the money is just fabulous, you know.
Right.
So it's been a really good fit for me. And I always joke, and I say this even in class, that my specialty is death, dying, and divorce, because the realtors always call me in when there is a trauma going on.
Right.
So I do my very best to be positive and make it so nothing's a big deal, because at that moment in that person's life, everything's a big deal.
Right.
So I'm there to sort of be the guardian angel, say, oh, no problem, we can get this done.
Yeah.
So that's how I approach my work.
Well, and it's super important, because I know a lot of these people too, their families just aren't involved, or there's tension. And so being able to come in and play that role, we don't have to get into the whole history about, you know, she said this to me 10 years ago, whatever. So we're coming in, we can come alongside and help. It really gives them a sense of comfort and relief to have that. And, you know, if those of you that are watching, it's not difficult to cultivate the side of your business. However, you do need to be a person that, it has to be about the person, the compassion, really wanting to come from a place of service and helping versus how much money can I make, and, you know, to slam this project together. So, you know what I mean? But you got to know yourself, because there are some people that they would not want to do occupieds because they don't want to interface with people. They just want to be able to do what they do.
Right.
And they're really good at it. And so, but you don't have to have a truck and a warehouse and a huge inventory in order to have a thriving 6-figure plus staging business, because there are as many, if not more, occupied houses that need our help as there are vacants. So it all cycles back to educating your target clients. So realtors that specialize in, you know, if you want to target the senior market, the SRES agents, senior real estate specialists, the assisted livings, the 55 and older communities, that's who you would want to go target. They have newsletters, they have clubhouses, you could put on an event for them. And then just in general, letting your realtors know that an occupied house, you can do more than just, you know, make a bed and take your personal pictures away. Their house could actually look amazing.
Yes, and you know, Jenny, a really good resource, the Council on Aging's or any senior centers, they are always looking for people to come and present information. So mine here in Lincoln, they ask me to come about every 3 months, and I change it up every time. And it's the same people in the audience that getting ready, and they come and see me. And what's interesting is, you know, older people don't understand that other generations buy differently, and they look for different things. So I keep educating them, so when they are ready to lock and load, I know that I'm going to be the first person they call.
Right.
So it really is about the relationship piece, and that is very different than the vacant, because with the vacant, you're not dealing with the emotional. No. It's you know, so I'm going to Florida, as you know, and I'm really excited, and it's, you know, I'm sort of doing a refresh. And so Sandra keeps saying, you know, we have plenty of, you know, elderly people down here. And it's like, yeah, but I am so open to all of it. So it's just a really fun time for me. And I'm very fortunate that my husband is very willing to do this. So relocate. Yeah. So.
Well, probably the warmer weather helps too. So Yolanda is saying, can we see some of your occupied stages? Some of the pictures in our, the course are from Lyn, and then probably you have a website that has your before and afters.
I do. It's transformationspro.com.
So transformationspro, P-R-O.com. So transformations, plural, pro, P-R-O.com. So go check out her work. Well, our time is up, if you can believe it. It went by fast.
I'm so sorry. They couldn't see me and I couldn't see them. So I apologize for that. Don't really know. Yeah, I'm not a technological wizard, that's for sure.
Well, thank goodness. I'm
a creative genius.
I appreciate your time. Always love hearing from you. I'm looking forward to seeing you next month.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You bet. All right, so we'll say goodbye to Lyn, and then I'll wrap up the call. Bye, Lyn. Love you. Bye. So that was really great information, and I'm sorry she was on the split screen, but still being able to hear the information is super valuable. Again, her website, transformationspro.com. And all right, so that wraps up today's session. So we will be back with you on January 9th, unless I decide to do a special segment or something. So all of you have a blessed holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, wherever you are. Enjoy, celebrate. We're going to be moving into a new year. Got lots of great things in store for 2019. Get your goals set. Start thinking about where you want to take your business in the new year, and we'll be here to support you. So thanks, everybody. You guys enjoy the rest of your week and be merry, merry. Bye.